What's up, and welcome back to another episode of DNR Sports. My name's Richie, and today, after a long, arduous journey, I have finally made it to the end of the 2021-2022 NFL season, predicting every single game. I'm going to quickly go over record predictions for each division, for each conference, and then I'll be doing the playoffs and my Super Bowl prediction for this upcoming season. It has been a long day of predicting records and looking at teams and stuff, but we're going to start on the left side, on the AFC East side. And at the 1 seed, we got the Chiefs going 15-2. At the 2 seed, the Buffalo Bills also going 15-2. 3 seed, I have the Cleveland Browns taking it, going 13-4. And at the 4 seed, I have the Tennessee Titans going 12-5. Those are obviously the division winners. Chiefs would be the only team getting the bye. Now going to the wild card teams, I got the Ravens at the 5th seed going also 12-5. I have the Patriots at the 6th seed going 11-6, and I have the Chargers, who finally, after years of just torment and heartache, make it to the playoffs with a new coach, going 11-6. So, yeah, as you can quickly tell, some of these teams did not do all that great. Obviously, the Raiders, I'm not very high on the season, going 13-4, similar with the Texans going 1-16. But yeah, so this is how I felt how the season would play out, going week to week, looking at rosters and things of that nature. Now, moving on to the right side of your screen, checking out the NFC. And we have the Packers with the 1 seed going 13-4. At the 2 seed, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, former Super Bowl champions, also going 13-4. At the 3 seed, we have the 49ers, also going 13-4. A nice little resurgence here for that team. And at the 4 seed, of course, the NFC is having to be the worst division, are the Cowboys going 10-7. Of course, those are the division winners. Now going on to the wild card teams. At 10-6, I have the Arizona Cardinals making it at the 5 seed. I have the Minnesota Vikings going 10-7, going at the 6 seed, and I have the Seattle Seahawks going 10-7 at the 7 seed. So, again, as you can tell, I feel like the top teams are about accurate. It's just the bottom teams I'm not really sure what to do with. I'm not really high on the Lions, not really high on the Falcons at all, and similar with the Eagles, not really high on them either. So it really just kind of depends. And again, each game can be different, and obviously these records aren't going to be exactly right. This is just how I feel. There are even some matchups that I was picking during the videos that you guys can check out on the channel that I was like, it can go either way. It can go either way, depending on the week. Obviously, I was doing these without injuries or anything like that, so that could also change the landscape of the prediction. But yeah, so these were my final record predictions for the 2021 season. And now, without further ado, I will be going on to the playoffs. And here, I'll start on the AFC, then I'll do NFC. So with the AFC, I'll start with the number 2 seeded Bills against the number 7 Chargers. And for me here, the biggest thing is going to be playoff experience. And the Bills made it to the AFC Championship game last season. Of course, they lost, but that experience cannot be taken away from them. I will take the Bills at home here against the Chargers. Now it's the 3-seeded Browns against the 6-seeded Patriots. And again, I think barring any injuries, I think the Browns are very dynamic. I think they can do a lot of things to hurt you. And they have a very solid defense to back everything up. Belichick's obviously got the playoff experience, but the Browns have a year now too. And they nearly beat the Chiefs last year, so I'll take the Browns here. And now, the game that could go either way, in my opinion. We have the 4-seeded Titans against the 5-seeded Ravens. And this one's really tough because obviously last season, I believe the Ravens did knock out the Titans in a similar wild card game. And you know what? I think they'll do the same thing here again. I just for whatever reason love Lamar Jackson's versatility. I love that he's a runner and a passer. I know there were some videos that came out recently of him throwing a duck to Sammy Watkins, but you know what? Peyton Manning also threw ducks sometimes, and I'm not comparing the two by any means in terms of their arm talent, but I think the Ravens do have enough talent to take down the Titans here. And so yeah, so that'd be my AFC predictions. Now going over to the NFC, we'll start with the bottom, the 2-seeded Buccaneers against the 7th-seeded Seahawks. And I'll take the Bucs here. I mean, they're defending Super Bowl champions. Their team is insane. I think they'll be on a roll, and I don't think they'll have any problems against Seattle, who has a weakened secondary, and the Buccaneers have very good weapons to attack that. Coming in at the 3 seed, the 49ers against the 6 seeded Vikings. Again, I think this is going to be not really close. 49ers seem to play really well in the postseason. as their ground game usually takes over, and the Vikings don't really have the best front seven to stop them. So I'll take the Niners here against the Vikings. Now coming in, the 4 seed versus the 5 seed, Cowboys versus the Cardinals. Cardinals obviously have a way better defense, but the Cowboys have the superior offense, at least in my opinion. I think this is going to be close. I think it'll be high scoring, but I think ultimately the Cowboys will eke this one out against the Cardinals. Now moving on to the divisional matchup. Obviously the Chiefs and the Packers had a bye. Coming off the bye, got Chiefs versus Ravens, and I don't think it'll be that close. I'll take the Chiefs here against the Ravens here. The 1 seed obviously taking down the 5 seed. Chiefs have off the bye, and now in the number 2 seeded Bills against the number 3 seeded Browns. I think this could go either way. It really depends if Baker Mayfield can take a step up this season and carry the team rather than letting the team carry him. And you know what? I think it happens. I think the Browns will take down the Bills at home in the AFC divisional matchup for them. Now going up to the right side, we got Packers versus Cowboys. All-time matchup here. Definitely used to seeing this for years, but I think the biggest thing here for me is Cowboys defense being lackluster. I think Green Bay will have an easy time picking them apart and making their lives hell. So I'll actually take the Packers here against the Cowboys. And I got the 2-seeded Bucks against the 3-seeded 49ers. Man, this could go either way. This can go either way. But I think ultimately... So this one's tough. So I'll go through my thought process right now. So basically what I'm thinking is, obviously the Bucks had the experience. They're coming off a Super Bowl win. Tom Brady has been in the playoffs so many times compared to the 49ers, with Jimmy G only being there a handful of times. But I do like the Niners scheme and their rushing attack. Ugh, that's tough. You know, if most players are healthy on this team, straight up, I think I'll take the 49ers. I know that's crazy, but I definitely think that run game can control any team that they play against, like the zone running scheme of Kyle Shanahan. And I think they have the defense to back it up and slow Brady down just a little bit, and make Jimmy G's or Lance's life easier, depending on who's in there. So I'm going to take the 49ers here over the Buccaneers in an upset. They knock off the defending Super Bowl champions. Now in the championship game, I have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Cleveland Browns, the 1 seed versus the 3 seed, and again, Packers versus the 49ers, the 1 seed versus the 3 seed. Oh, man. Wow, this is tough. So obviously thinking back to last season, the Chiefs were playing well, honestly, against the Browns until Mahomes went down, and they kind of slowed it down a little bit. I think the Chiefs play stingy. But again, I don't know. Obviously, this is way too early Super Bowl prediction, but give me the Browns. Give me the Cleveland Browns. I know that's crazy, especially against Patrick Mahomes, but give me the Browns. And now going over on the right side, the NFC, with the Packers versus the Niners. And obviously, we've seen what happens when the Packers play the Niners in the playoffs. You know, 49ers just roll over the Packers. Does it happen again, though? I think it might. I don't think Packers have done enough on defense, especially in the secondary, to merit stopping the Niners. Yeah. I'm going to go 49ers here. I know that's very contrarian and both 1 seeds going down, but I'm going to take it. And now in the Super Bowl, we have the Cleveland Browns, for the first time I think ever, going against the San Francisco 49ers. And my phone's actually ringing here. I'm going to just silence it real quick. And honestly, I love these teams so much because maybe the quarterbacks aren't insane, but the teams are just so well-rounded. Oh, I think it's gonna come down to who's the healthiest and which quarterback takes the biggest step up. Oh man, I would love the Super Bowl matchup so much. But just thinking about it, as a team, as a complete team as a whole, I'm actually going to take the Cleveland Browns. 2021-2022 Super Bowl champion Cleveland Browns. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I love both these teams. I love them so much. Obviously, they didn't have the best records in the in each of their conferences. I think 49ers were tied for the best, but yeah, I think I just love the teams. They're all so complete with really good play calling head coaches. And I think this is how it's going to play out for the 2021 season. So if you guys have watched all these videos, I really appreciate it. We're trying to grow up this channel, and I think we're doing a fairly good job in the limited amount of time that we've had. But yeah, this is definitely going to merit some discussion down in the comments. So please let me know what you guys think. I have the Cleveland Browns winning their first Super Bowl. I think they've won championships before, but not in the Super Bowl era have they ever won. So congrats to the Cleveland Browns for now. This definitely can change for sure. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If you have, drop a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for our daily uploads. There's going to be more regular football fantasy stuff coming out. Love the football season. So ready for the draft. So ready for the season. Fantasy draft, obviously, not NFL draft. But with that being said, my name's Richie. This has been DNR Sports. Cleveland Browns will be Super Bowl champions. Maybe. We'll see you in the next one.